Good afternoon and welcome to my second Facebook Live talk, and today we're talking about nursing bras and maternity bras. Apologies if you can hear a bit of drilling in the background. It sounds like one of my neighbours is having some work done, so yeah, apologies. I obviously didn't give them the memo that we were going to be live on Facebook. Just to start, so welcome everyone who's joining in, and a bit of information. If you're looking for some of the products that I'm talking about today, most of them can be found on our website, which is www.mish-online.co.uk. Also, after some feedback given from the talk I gave last week, we've set up a new group, or I've set up a new group called Mish Bra Fitting Champion. In there you can, it's a private group, so you can ask your questions and you can share information with other ladies that you think might be useful, any top tips. But it's a closed group, there's no men in there, so you can say what you like and ask any questions you like. So after you've watched this talk, if you want to go and find that group on Facebook, it's there. So today we're talking about nursing and maternity bras. So the first thing is, what's the difference between a nursing and a maternity bra? Well, the main difference is a maternity bra you typically wear when you are pregnant, and a nursing bra you wear if you choose to feed afterwards. So the biggest difference is that somewhere on the bra it's got a drop cup, or you can undo the cups that you can feed in a nursing bra, whereas a maternity bra is typically a soft bra to the same construction but won't have the feeding clips, or sometimes they open in the centre like doors, or sometimes they unzip from the side, but you won't find that typically in a maternity bra, but you will in a nursing bra. A nursing bra, there's various different styles, but one top tip is looking for something that you can undo with one hand. There's going to be nothing more difficult than holding a hungry baby in one hand and only having one free, and trying to undo something that takes two hands. So looking out for something that you can definitely do with one hand is definitely worth looking out for. Whatever style you choose, whether it's got zips on it, it's got hook and eyes, whether it's got drop cups, whether it's wired, whether it's non-wired, the most important thing is comfort and support, because you're going to be wearing the garment for potentially 24 hours a day. You might change which one it is, but you're going to have something on 24 hours a day, so comfort and support is key. Now, people sometimes wonder why a nursing bra costs what it does, or why there's limitations on the sizes available, or why they come up so high, why the straps are so thick, why they look so bulky. And there are some really good reasons for that. So a lot of nursing bras have a cotton line cup, as you can see in this one. Cotton doesn't have too much give. There is some give in it because they've put some elastin in it, but it doesn't have too much give, and it's breathable and it's a natural fabric, so it's great against the skin. But equally, your breasts are heavier when you're either pregnant or feeding or nursing. If you think back to when you were at school, you might have done a science experiment to see which one floated, water or oil. Well, it was the oil, if you can't remember. It floats on top of the water, so it's lighter. So fat is lighter than water. So in this, if we're thinking about it in terms of breasts, the breast is mainly made of fat. But as your breasts grow through your pregnancy, the milk ducts grow considerably, and then obviously your milk comes in later. So all of those tissues weigh more than the fat portion of your boobs. So even if you've got a 34G bust and your non-pregnant friend has a 34G bust, if you're breastfeeding, your boobs will be heavier than hers, so you require more support. So that's why typically you get a thicker shoulder strap, you get a double lined cup, you get a higher front, and you get a higher side. This is all about offering you support. Also, other things you want to be looking for in your maternity and your nursing bras are how many hook and eyes they've got at the back. As the baby grows, your rib cage expands to allow the baby to have the room it needs. So what's great is a bra that's got, rather than a normal 3 hooks, 6 hooks, or even 8 hooks if you can find it. So that typically when we fit a lady for a bra, we'll fit her on the loosest, so as the bra stretches we can bring those hooks in. When we fit you for a maternity bra, we fit you on one of the 3 tightest hooks so that you can let that bra out as your chest expands, because what we don't want is a bra that fits you when you come in for a fitting and 2 weeks later is too tight to wear, and you don't want that either because it's wasted money. Now we hear quite often, oh, I don't want to spend too much on my nursing bra or my maternity bra because I'm not going to be wearing it for very long. Well, if we take a nursing bra, I'm going to swap colours for a second. A pretty pink one. If we take your nursing bra and say you decide that you're going to feed for a year. It doesn't matter what the figure is, whether it's 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. But if we say a year, to make the maths easy, you're going to wear it for 24 hours a day. Like I say, you might not wear the same bra, you might well take it off and swap it for a different one, but you're going to be wearing some kind of bra for 24 hours a day. Your normal bra, you only wear when you're awake. So it's going to get nearly twice as much wear as your normal bra. And typically you perhaps have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 bras in your drawer, but when you look at buying your nursing bra, you probably only buy 2 or 3. So these bras are going to be worn back to back, back to back, back to back. So if you feed for a year, that's like you've been wearing it for 2 years. So, or if you've been feeding for 6 months, that's going to be like you've been wearing it for a year. So they do show wear and tear quicker because they're being worn more often, and it does mean that you need something that's really well structured and really well made so that it's going to see you through. So yes, it might feel more expensive, but when you think how much work that bra is going to go through, that's why they cost what they cost. Another thing to think about, we've said that your bust is going to be heavier. So sometimes ladies like to wear a normal bra, just your everyday standard underwired bra, like this very pretty one here. That's okay, and sometimes size means it's necessary, but bear in mind this doesn't have the thicker strap and it doesn't have the double line cups, and it's not designed for it. So it's a little bit like going for a run in a pair of flip-flops. Yes, you can do it, but it's not going to give you the most comfortable journey, and it's not going to give you the most support as if you put on your best pair of trainers. Also, when your bust is growing, we don't want to squash it in any way. We want to allow it to grow in the way that it wants to grow. So you can get wired nursing and wired maternity bras. I'll just show you those. Like this one here. This one's from Freya. It's a super lightweight spacer fabric, and it's got a really flexible wire that can move with the body. It's also got an internal drop cup so you can feed. Now if we look at the difference in the squidginess of this wire versus the rigidness of this wire, you can see how little this is going to do to accommodate a changing breast. Even though this particular bra has got a stretch lace panel here, it doesn't have much give in the wire. And bear in mind your milk ducts are, some of them are here. The wire isn't that far away, so we need the whole of the bra to accommodate your changing body from the band to the wires to the actual cups. Another thing is, so we're talking about supporting the breast, but in a way that encapsulates it without squashing it. So something like this one that has an internal cradle will allow your breast, if you can see, I'll just fold the cup down, will allow your breast to grow and shrink. Apologies about the phone. Will allow your breast to grow and shrink without cutting in. Because you need to stay well supported throughout that process. If you decide that you want to stay in a regular bra and you're going to feed, when you bring your breast up and over the cup, that top edge is going to dig in, so you are going to be squashing the tissues within the breast, which isn't great for the engorged tissue. So if you can, and they come in your size, it is well worth either going for the wired or the non-wired nursing bra. One tip, we don't like to put you in the wired nursing bra until your milk has settled down, because it is still a more fixed structure than the non-nursing bra, than the non-wired bra. So typically we can fit this one before you actually have the baby, so you've got something to take to the hospital with you, and then once you're happy your milk has settled down, in about 4 to 5 weeks we can then look at if you want to add in the wired nursing bra, then we can do that. But to begin with, we like to go with the soft, just to give you that extra bit of room. You still get the support, and you've still got an inner cradle, which gives you that support when you're feeding baby, because your bust is quite heavy, but it just means you've got more room. And if I just show you very quickly, I know this is going to look a little bit odd, now apologies for the fit, because obviously you don't normally wear a bra over a t-shirt. But you can see that in this soft cut bra, there is still room as your breast increases and shrinks throughout the day, to move the bra out of the way. It's not as fixed and as rigid as a typical wired bra. There's also no pinching happening through the side. One difference to note with a non-wired nursing bra versus a wired bra that you're used to is that this centerpiece here won't sit flat against the chest wall. Without the wires in, it won't drop back and it won't sit in. That's absolutely fine. What we're looking for is that the band doesn't disappear and the cups fold over it, and the cups don't collapse on themselves, squash out, and you come over the top. That can actually happen when you're not getting enough support, and when the bra cup is too big, and when it's too small. So don't just make the assumption if it all folds up that it's definitely too small. It could be that it's too big and therefore it's sort of bagging and folding in half. But if you go and see an expert, they can give you all of that information. I'll take this off a second. There are a few other types of nursing bra. So we've looked at the standard wired and non-wired. There are also sports nursing bras, which give you the support that you need for when you're playing sport, but give you that access if you need to feed a nursing baby. You can also get sleep bras, which are much softer. Thanks for that like. Which are much softer, and one of the reasons for that is the fact that you're not having to go against gravity. You're predominantly lying down, so they're a much softer bra, not so suitable for the day, but great for sleeping in. And you can also get breastfeeding tank tops. So they look like a little vest top, but they've got the easy access with the clips, and you can also get those in cup sizes as well, so you can get the fit that you're looking for. So that's a little bit about nursing bras and maternity bras. If you want to know any more, then please join the group on Facebook. I'll be putting some top tips in there and some useful information. And if you want to ask me any questions directly, then you can do that inside that group. Just to remind you, that group I'm talking about is Mish Bra Fitting Champion, and you can find that on Facebook. So head over there and you can find some extra information, whatever you need to know. I hope that was useful. Slightly different to some of the other information out there, but I think that's great, because sometimes you need to know why they say what they say, or why a bra does what it does. For researching this particular talk, I found some fantastic journal articles on changes in the breast during your pregnancy and post-pregnancy. We hear lots of women saying their breasts aren't the same afterwards. Some perhaps even avoid feeding because they're concerned about what's going to happen to their breast. Interestingly enough, there were 2 fantastic studies carried out recently, and they both found that over 65% of women who didn't breastfeed still reported changes in their breast in terms of size, shape, position, and equally just over 70% of women that did breastfeed reported exactly the same changes. So whether you breastfeed or not, it's not going to make that much, it's not going to make difference to your boobs in terms of whether you do it or you don't. It's completely personal choice, but don't let the changes in the boobs be a reason why you don't. because there's some fantastic bras out there, and there's some fantastic support and help to help you through any issues you've got. Thank you for watching. If you want to find any of those bras that I've been flashing in front of the screen, they are on our website, which again is www.mish-online.co.uk. I will be back next week with another talk. Thank you very much.